Good morning and welcome back to the Red Mic. Normally, I would say happy Thursday, but I don't feel happy right now. I've been in a bad place since yesterday afternoon, and I know a lot of you have been too. Sorry, thought I'd turn my volume off. I apologize. But while I do that, just a reminder that normally Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons that I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. And as a rule, I don't get political in these Red Mic messages because I don't want to alienate people who might disagree with me politically. You've probably seen the picture behind me. That's that one. It's a bunch of Republican presidents playing poker. So yeah, I'm a partisan. But I don't put political messages purposefully in these Red Mic messages because I don't want to alienate anybody. I don't view what I'm about to say as political, though. I view it as human. And if you disagree with me, fine. If it leads you to want to unfollow me or unsubscribe or whatever it is, that's fine too. Talking, of course, about Charlie Kirk. I didn't listen to him a lot. There's a lot of content out there and only so many hours in the day. And I didn't always agree with how vehemently he would approach a subject, but I always appreciated the fact that he was a defender of his faith first. And he stood tall in what he viewed as Christian and biblical ideals. I also never saw him in a debate with anybody where it came across like he was being purposefully dismissive or hurtful or insulting. He would ask questions to try to get to the root of that person's dispute or disagreement with him or his ideas. And he always seemed to do so in a very respectful way. Often he would say, well, we're just going to have to disagree on this. And then they would end the conversation. I've stopped reading the comments about any of the posts on this. I know it's probably 10, 15% of the population that seems to be celebrating or reveling or trying to make political points about this young man's death. He was a father. He was a husband, father of two young children who reportedly one of his young children was actually in the booth with him yesterday. I said similar things when that twisted young man tried to Trump last year in Pennsylvania. If there is anything in your heart and soul that thinks that trying to someone because of political differences, because of words, then I have very little hope for you, particularly someone like Charlie Kirk. Yes, he said some things, but a lot of his words were also taken out of context, or parts of his quotes were cut off, so you didn't get the full measure of what he was saying. So today's Red Mic message is simple. If there is any part of you that feels joy or smug or justified in the thought that this young man was murdered, then you need to examine yourself, because there's something cold and heartless and unfeeling and inhuman about you. And if that's who you are, turn off my stuff, unfollow me. And normally I would say, and it's not an airport, so you don't have to announce your departure, but please do. Point out to anybody or everyone in the comments. That way they can avoid you too. Today I'd planned on talking about another Wooden thing where he, in his own way, fought racism. And I'm still going to talk about that at some point. Tomorrow, normally I would do a hashtag Fun Friday, but I'm not going to do that. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to be hopefully uplifting about my thoughts about September 12th, 2001. So I hope you'll join me. If it's your custom to pray, I would ask that you pray not only for the soul of Charlie Kirk, not only for his wife and his children, not only for this nation, that we can find some way to heal. Because it's not just Charlie Kirk. You know, I posted yesterday on my personal page the names of Giffords and Scalise and Hortman and Hartman. These are all people who were struck down by, and inarguably they were struck down by, twisted people with probably severe mental issues, but they were struck down or attacked because of political differences. And that is so wrong. So back to the prayer. Pray for the nation, but just as importantly, pray for these people who think that if you or me or I or Charlie Kirk or whoever it is, pray for these people who think that if we disagree with them, if we think what they do is wrong, that somehow makes us evil or hateful or unworthy of living. I can disagree with you all day long, but as a Christian, I still love you. I love you as a person. I love you as a soul. And if I say that I'm praying for you because of our differences, that is an act of love, not an act of hate. And if you choose to interpret it as an act of hate, then that's on you. Probably rambled long enough, but I ask you to join me in prayer for all of this. We have to get better. And I'm going to keep trying to reach people who seem unreachable. And I hope you will too. That's today's Red Mike message. I'll see you tomorrow. This seems a little trite right now, but I am going to end with the way I always do. Life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you tomorrow.